Welcome back to part 3 of the FBI interview with Letecia Stauch. In the previous part, we already heard a series of changing stories, contradictions, and attempts to explain away the evidence. In this episode, the interview continues, and investigators keep pressing for answers as Letecia's version of events evolve yet again. Let's pick up exactly where we left off.
You're going to help me, and you're going to provide the resources from wherever you said you have them.
Before I do that, let me ask you some questions, okay? Because this is our investigation.
Right.
You're taking all these trips up to Palmer Lake. Multiple trips.
Mm-hmm.
Different cars.
Mm-hmm.
Renting a car.
Okay.
How are you not involved in this?
First off, I didn't ever get the drive to rental car anywhere. Because immediately once we, let me go ahead and correct on this now. Once we got the rental car or whatever, the National Guard was there. Everybody was in the house. We went in Albert's truck the whole entire day, going to Come and Go and all these places. So I never drove the rental car anywhere. And it's already been corrected from budget about the rental car situation. I had to get that corrected yesterday. I never even drove it anywhere because I didn't get to. So whatever GPS you get from the rental car, it never was driven by me anywhere but literally up the street back. I didn't hardly drive it anywhere. So there was no rental car driven to any kind of places at all. The only time I went anywhere in the rental car might have been maybe 40, 50 miles. I don't know. No more than 100 miles, counting there and back. And that was just driving it through the day because I went back to get my car.
But you're the only one at the PetSmart.
For what?
We can see the video there.
Not in a rental car.
No, I'm not saying rental car. I'm just working through this to say if someone else is involved,
okay,
it's only you there.
And what the PetSmart has nothing to do with this.
This is Monday, though.
Yeah, but the PetSmart has nothing to do with this at all.
With Gannon's disappearance.
And that's where the whole entire thing is that's where I just said, I know I'm not going to be able to trust you. Because you just immediately went to the PetSmart.
Well, I went from the rental car, said, so what? But I'm trying, the reason why my mind is going there, it's going to where do we have video? Mm-hmm. What did we miss? Mm-hmm. If there's someone else involved.
And did you not see me completely freaking out, like, at the PetSmart? Did you not see that?
No.
Did you not see me walking back and forth at the PetSmart?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So.
Yeah, but we can't interpret your behavior as what if Gannon's hurt in the back of the truck? What if Gannon talks to someone? We don't know why you're freaking out.
If Gannon was hurt in the back of the truck, you already have the truck too.
Yeah.
Do you see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
That's not even remotely even the case at all. It's not even remotely the case.
But we don't know because there's no Gannon to tell us. Does that make sense?
Listen, I want Gannon to be able to tell you. Because I know he would walk right in that room and tell you that I would never hurt him and did not. Guaranteed. Doesn't mean I've always been the perfect step-parent. Doesn't mean I haven't fussed with people. Doesn't mean I haven't been stressed or whatever because I never wanted them to leave and go to this place with their mom. That's a fact. Complete fact. I begged and begged and begged for them to say this. So until you realize that as my character, you're not going to realize be able to help me.
But I've already said, from what I can tell, you don't have any violence in your background.
I'm not violent. I don't hurt people.
Yeah. So I'm willing to chase. You have a lot of resources right here.
But you just sit and told me though that the Petco, we've already seen the video. There's no one out there.
But we don't. Again.
You saw the inside of the video for Petco.
Right, and we saw the parking lot.
Okay.
But we can't see inside the truck very well.
Okay. Sorry. You're 100% saying you can't see inside the truck very well. Okay. But you didn't see anything else at Petco or whatever.
That's
right?
Not me.
Okay.
So when I say we,
well,
my job, my job is not to look at all the video.
Okay.
We have everything in a case like this. I told you a bunch of leads come in, etc. Mm-hmm. And we have someone review Petco and tell us we saw nothing, or we saw this, or we saw that. I don't have time to do all that stuff.
Right.
So when I say me or we, I didn't look at the Petco video myself.
Okay. But it became a point of contention when it's completely irrelevant. Completely irrelevant.
Yeah, but so you're testing my experience.
No, I'm not testing your experience. Absolutely not. I'm
please.
actually asking for your help, not testing your experience.
And I'm failing your test. Because everything that I've looked at in this case, when you see the blood spatter on the wall, you see a big pool in the corner.
Okay.
You see your shoes that we've collected with Gannon's blood on the bottom of them.
Okay.
And then you point to Eduardo, who doesn't exist, or maybe he did exist, and we don't have a last name.
Okay.
Then you point to Quincy Brown, and then you say Uncle Matt, these names and stuff, and it's like, I've seen it before, and that was Harold. That was.
But I'm not Harold.
I'm not saying you are, but I'm saying this is my experience.
Right. I got you.
I'm not saying you are, but it didn't go well for him because his attorney got up. He's one of the best attorneys in Colorado. He cost $600,000. Craig Truman, and he started
paid $600,000. Okay.
With his dead wife's money. And Craig got up and said, Harold is not a murderer, but he is a liar.
Right.
And that's what I was worried about when I first got the case, because they asked me to come in and work that case because I had worked other cases like it. And Harold's just sitting there all confident and whatever else. Please don't say this is you. I'm just saying this is my experience, because Harold told all these different stories. But when you start out with your defense attorney saying, my client is a liar, he's just making up crap. That's to the victim's family on how Tony died. That's to his friends at church. And all of them got up and testified. These are the different ways Tony died.
But Gannon's not in.
But he might be today. You don't know that if someone is willing, if this, whether it's related or not, the head thing, if someone's willing to hold a kid for 30 days, how are they not willing to kill him?
Can I ask you something, or can I say something?
Yes.
Even if the scenario would have been me just going to go talk to the lady here and telling them, hey, this is what happened. This is who did it. I know that he was hurt by someone. You know what the next question you're going to say to me? Who was this person? And all I'd say to you was, well, can you help me figure it out from this app? Or can you help me figure it out from this? And you know what you would say to me? Oh, yeah, sure. Right? That's exactly what you would say to me. So finding unless I can take you directly to where Gannon is, safe and sound, that is the only way that you're going to be like, oh, okay, wait, she was telling the truth about something.
So this person is telling you that he's safe.
So that's the only thing it would have been like. I've even asked y'all, or I say y'all again, I mean your dad.
I get it.
Okay, hey, please help. Why isn't there a water? Please, please, please. You're not understanding. Like, I have begged that completely. Like, day in and day out. Begged it to let me.
I still don't understand, Letecia. The thing I don't understand is you're a good person. If you're a good person, why would you not trade your life for Gannon's?
I do. I want to trade my life for Gannon's. But what you have to also understand is not just my life. If it would be just me trade my life for Gannon, I would be totally okay with that.
Now you're talking about more than an individual.
No, I'm talking about talking about other people in the family. I'm talking about, involved in this. You're talking about more than one person, because there's no way one person is going to take out multiple people if they talk. I never said someone was like multiple people. I never said it was easy.
But how can you be so afraid of one person?
Because of any actions that could be taken to lead up to why you may know this person, or why you might not know.
Is he law enforcement?
Okay.
Or something that has more power than you would think?
Sir, I want to help, but I need protection.
I told you, I will give you protection. And I'm saying this with attorneys listening to me say this. They'd be rushing in the room right now saying, you can't promise her that, but I can.
Okay, well, who can? Who can promise that?
You want to talk with the district attorney?
Sure.
Okay, I'll bring her in. Do you need to go to the restroom?
No.
Okay.
I'm with the district attorney's office.
Just so you know, I looked behind there. This place is under construction. There's no one back. I can walk you back there if you want to look.
Oh, no, I believe you. I was just talking about all these people watching.
Yeah, and Martha's been watching.
Yeah.
I have. Yeah. So John said you wanted to talk to me?
About protection.
So I don't have any trust in anyone. And obviously, I know I've told him that I said things to Albert because I was mad and said whatever. But how do I know that I'm gonna get help? Like, because I didn't hurt you, okay, at all. But I need the help to figure out how we're gonna get to you.
Let me read you what she wrote.
Okay.
Or I'll just show it to you.
And I know it's Saturday. I probably should. Yeah.
The head thing was Saturday. It had nothing to do with this. Checking my phone for that. This works fine. So we do have your phone, and we have gone through, like, these are keystrokes.
Right. I'm talking
So-
about like it's when you
just-
download apps.
Did you have a different phone beside the one that was in your van?
Hmm?
Did you have another phone? Like a second phone?
Yeah. No. It's the same phone.
It's the same
yeah,
phone?
yeah. No, not the same phone. You guys have the phone. That was just someone else's phone.
Okay.
Yeah.
But at this time, that
Yeah,
you
I'm saying
disappeared,
that's the same 843 is the
Okay.
655 number.
but you didn't have a second one that this app might be on.
No. I only have this phone.
So, and let me explain, Martha. My understanding of what Letecia's asking is, how does she know, since I've said, if there's a bad guy or guys out there that did this to Gannon, that she can tell us where these guys are, and she's concerned for not only her safety, but the safety of her family.
Right.
And how can
He
she...
asked me would I trade my life for Gannon, and I said yes, but I said it's also other people. Like, how do I know that everyone else is not going to be like another? And how do I know that you guys aren't just trying to be like whatever? If I walk you through anything or can help you with anything, I don't want to be just thrown somewhere, like being like, okay, well, you didn't tell me this, and I want to be able to help you and work together because I'm sure you have kids or grandkids or whatever. I do. I don't want to sound like I'm cold-hearted and just tired of being like the person chased instead of being able to have someone actually have compassion to help me.
Well, I was a little bit confused when I was watching it because John talked about how they're the FBI and they're the premier law enforcement agency that could protect you, could protect your entire family. And if Gannon's alive,
Okay.
I can't make you any promises.
Right.
Because obviously there's a lot of information that you have that we don't.
Okay.
So there aren't any promises. I can't come in here and promise you anything regarding the court case or the arrest warrant or your involvement.
Okay.
But I can tell you what the number one priority is.
Right.
And it's to find Gannon.
Right.
And so if you were talking to some small law enforcement agency and they said, sure, we'll protect you, I mean, I can see how you would be suspicious of that.
Well, you guys
This
were
is
the
it.
lead agency. That's why I was
That's
asking.
it. Yeah, I mean, they're the most elite agency there is.
Oh, okay.
And so if there was a time for you to feel like that you could protect
That recorder, we can.
Because I know you have yours. That's what I'm saying.
As a backup.
So if you want the recording turned off, you need to tell us really explicitly that that's your choice. Because the recordings have been put into law so that there's not a debate where he says you said one thing and you said I didn't, right? So it's to protect the person being interviewed.
Right.
But if it's something that you...
It's not that I'm trying to, I just don't, it's just I wanted to have like a conversation with
Right.
him, just him, and try to explain to him in complete detail about everything because I do want this, I want the help to the next level to find out where he is. I really do. You guys have looked, you went to GPSs and all this, but you haven't found Gannon because you're coming after me. And I understand you're going to say, well, this is what we have to go on. And I respect that totally. But it was the first time I ever get to sit down with people to actually to say, okay, this is what happened. This is what I know. Please help me. Because then I feel like if I don't, because see, I easily would be like, hey, just give me an attorney and call it a day. I really want. So do you think I want to waste time if I got resources when that's all I've asked for? I don't want to waste time.
And if there's a chance he can be saved, everybody wants that information. But the only people who can save him are the FBI. I don't want you to think that this is being broadcast to the whole world.
Right.
You know, there's another DA with me. There's an El Paso County person.
Right.
And they're the ones. What the reason that we do that also is, I might miss something, and I probably do, and so then I can go talk to them and say, "What am I missing?" And then also it protects you, because if I make a promise that I can't deliver on the FBI, then Martha gets to hear it, and then she would knock on the door.
But as soon as I give you information, what's going to happen is someone's going to say, well, you were involved with this person. You were cheating with this person. You were doing this. I'm just giving you scenarios.
But that's a lot better situation than you're in right now.
But what if I wasn't? That's my thing. And that's where the burden of proof, I can't depend my life on the burden of proof to be involved with just someone thinking that I'm just a bad person. I did not hurt Gannon. Okay.
There aren't any promises I can make you right now. I can tell you that we're looking for the truth. And it seemed to me from listening to it that you had information, but I can't make you any promises.
But what I'm saying is, if you're saying to me, I have information, you're going to come and say, well, you should have given this information when it did nothing but attack.
But,
that's what I'm saying.
You
see what I'm saying?
You can't armchair quarterback yourself, though. Do you know what I'm saying? You can't look into the future and say, well, we're going to say this because you said this. If what Martha and I are saying are true, and that our only focus is Gannon, we don't care who leads us there, we just need Gannon. Then you are protecting yourself by telling us this. If you never give us this information, then you don't protect yourself. And then we have one person to prosecute for Gannon.
Well, and our focus is who took him and who hurt him, not with when people came forward with information.
How do I know that? Because that's my biggest thing. I know you're saying that, but like whatever I can do to help, I can help you. But I'm saying, how do I know that if, let's just say it's whatever, I tell you a specific person, okay? Let's just say that, okay? Then my thing is, your thing is going to be like, well, you held this information from me and I'm having to utilize my resources, okay, and do all those things, not understanding that maybe sometimes there are people who are afraid of any other things going on.
Every day in my work, there are people who report things later than some people think they should. Every day. And we try to focus on the violent crime, and we certainly try to focus on the kids. I know that you want assurances, and you want me to be able to say, you know, I will or won't do this, and I can't make you promises because I'm in the dark, right? It would be foolish for me to make you promises, but I have people who late report sex assault all the time. We have people who come forward years later. Our interest is in the truth about the crime. This is really all conversation that I have. And I know that you wanted to have a frank conversation with them where you could really tell them. So unless you need me, I'm going to step out.
Okay, but you're still going back in the room.
Would you like us to turn it off?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll turn it off.
How do I know that? Not that I don't want you to know anything. I want to be able to like really talk to him and just know that I can sincerely see in your heart you're going to help me.
I can bring you back there and you can see us turn it off. But the truth is, I could just turn it back on again.
I know.
I mean, there's a point where no one can verify everything you want.
Yeah. Well, plus, that's her life. She has to tell the truth, just like I to you when you don't want her to listen to you. You kind of have to look at logic here.
Okay.
I don't think Martha would throw away.
No, I don't want you to know. I want you to have all the information.
Yeah.
That's
Well,
it.
So are you okay with the recording continuing? We just won't be monitoring.
No, I did. He said that we
You
wouldn't.
wanted to turn off?
He said I could just talk to him.
Okay. So we're just going to turn off the recording, and that's your choice. That's
Okay.
what you want,
Okay.
right?
Yes.
And so he controls the turning it off from here, or are they?
No, you'll have to ask
Okay, I'll ask him
find
to.
someone.
And so it's just going to get turned off,
Okay.
And then once it's done, then I'll come back out and we'll turn it back on.
and it'll be a conversation between the two of you, and it'll be like the way law enforcement.
All right.
Anything else for me?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go get him. Turn it off.
I know whether or not. So.
Oh, yeah. Do you want me to
No,
do that?
it's fine. I just can't figure it out. It's not that I don't want to know anything. I just don't want it being like, I know that people are leaking information.
That's not going to happen. That doesn't do us any good. From El Paso,
Mm-hmm.
the sheriff's office.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's why I've had this hard time with like trusting anybody. I actually was trying to reach out for the Barbara lady. You know Barbara?
Amber?
No, Barbara.
Who's Barbara?
She was like another, like an FBI lady. I was actually going to talk to her today.
Yes.
Okay. So apparently this recording runs 24/7, so it can't be turned off.
Okay.
But the other FBI agents, also they have a protocol where there has to be another person for security. Those are the choices we have. So we can move you to another room that's not being recorded if that's something that you want.
Okay.
But another FBI
Yes,
agent
you
will
have
be
to have
in there.
another agent in the room.
Okay, is it someone you know?
You don't know.
Yeah, unless they're from a different office, and even then, I've met most of the ones from Myrtle Beach.
Okay. That'll work.
So they'll go set up a room someplace else. And then we'll do it. It'll be the two FBI agents and you, and the recording speaker. Okay? Okay. Did she need to separate?
No, I'm fine.
It's pretty incredible.
It's not that I don't want them to have the question. I want to be able to like really get your help, and you tell me that what steps can we take, or what steps can you take? I guess because you said you have the ability to do resources or whatever.
We find people all over the world. I'm finding a guy right now who changed his identity and went to Russia.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. Just so you know, if you look on the paper, I do look that up. Only because I was just wondering, like, if you could, because I wanted to know, like, if someone was whatever, how could you tell really quickly?
So
find them out.
before we do all this stuff, I've never seen, and not to say it hasn't happened, someone take a kid and not ask for ransom, and the kid be okay.
No, I did. I sent into the FBI those messages that you guys had on my phone. Yes. Did you get those?
I think you sent it to the FBI.
Whatever that email address is, I think it's at Barbara or something. I want to tell you what the name is. I think it's Barbara. So like.
Barbara from the FBI.
Yeah, she has a 720 number, and I feel like her name is Barbara. And my friend Amy has been talking to her a lot.
Are you sure she's from the FBI? Our numbers are all 303.
No, this is a 720 number.
She's not FBI. Her name's Barbara.
Wow, I can tell you the number. It's in the other phone, but yeah, it's Barbara or something, and 720 is the first three digits.
Yeah. Well, she's not working this case, because I would know. I'm the lead FBI agent.
Right. You know,
how did you get in touch with Barbara?
My friend Amy, she called my friend Amy and was like asking questions because I guess originally people wanted to know if like Gannon came like with me or something. And my friend Amy gave me the information, which was a 720 number. And anything I found, like the Snapchat, I sent over to this lady, like to whatever this number was, I sent to it.
It never made it to us.
So there's no one named Barbara.
No, we have a Barbara. There's Barbara Kelleher, but she's not. She doesn't even work these sort of things. Yeah, no, this is totally Barbara. It's a 720 number, and if I had the other phone, I can tell you exactly what the number was. When did you send this to her? This would have been like, okay, so then this happened 3 days ago, and then it happened February 5th, I think.
So what happened was I got all the messages when I logged back in from my iCloud. I got all the messages that were like just sitting there. And so I took that message and I forwarded it to, like, I sent it to people and I sent it to Albert. And I said, hey, I said, can you get someone to like look into this? I said, it could be just people, you know, sending random messages, or it could be creepers, you know, like people, whatever, being stupid, or it could be just in general, you know, the actual person. And so no one ever said anything to me about it. Then I get the Snapchat. Okay, so that's your.
Let me interrupt you for a second.
Mm-hmm.
Letecia, there's an 11-year-old kid. Again, we have to go back there. 11-year-old kid, injuries in the house. Now we know that. Taken. And you don't come to law enforcement?
This was a law enforcement
but
person.
No, there's no Barbara. I mean, how did you get him from, except through your friend? You had Amber from the FBI.
Right, but she said that she worked with the FBI and she was going to send information. She said that she worked with Amber. I swear to you, if you call Amy, you can get the number from her to find out what Barbara, who's the Barbara lady. And she was actually emailing her today.
But if you told them back then and you trusted them with that information,
this is why
why are you not today? When
no one has helped. I tried since February 5th. The 5th. Today's March. That's why you see I had such a problem with trust. Is because
I was there when you were talking to Amber, though. That was your chance.
And to Amber.
Yeah, that's a legit FBI.
So then, is that what happened when I was talking to Amber? I got a message back from the attorney who said not to talk to you guys because you guys, A, weren't lead agency or something like that, and then B, not to say anything else unless he was present. That was when I was trying to talk to Amber.
But why wasn't that with Barbara then?
Because I gave it to my friend Amy, who had this relationship with Barbara, like trying to check on her.
See, and again, this sounds like a lot of your calls to where you're pointing fingers in different directions, but never giving specific things.
Right.
Right now, I mean, if Gannon is somewhere and you can get us there, and he sent proof of life or a picture of Gannon or whatever else, it makes no sense for some man to have an 11-year-old child.
It wasn't that. It was because we thought it was someone playing games. And if someone was playing games, we were trying to say that person would have been like obstructing or whatever. That was the whole point. Not somebody had him and they were like, here, come get. My point was that we thought it was someone, hey, here's someone playing games. Could you find out who this person is?
Yeah, but do you see where that's going? And all your talks with Al. Those are distractions. Those take up time.
Yeah.
And Gannon's over here. Somewhere.
Yeah.
And you are misleading law enforcement.
No, I didn't mislead them.
No. Well, you're misleading anybody who would report to us.
No, I didn't mislead any of them. Who did I mislead?
With all these other stories.
That was to Albert. I wasn't misleading law enforcement.
But you knew we were in the room. You just said that.
I wouldn't have said stuff like that if I was trying to mislead. I was just being whatever to Albert because he was making me upset. That's all.
The dad of a kid is not finding his son.
Because I'm also the stepmother who helped him get the kids, and he wouldn't have gotten them without me. So yes, he wouldn't have.
You're willing to do that to Al, though.
No, I already had apologized to him and said that was awful to say that to him out of anger. I had already done that.
But before we kick this thing in motion about all this protection and whatever, why haven't you said one thing, though, today? How in the world would he suffer a head wound on Saturday that required...
I didn't say it was a head wound that required anything. I said the head thing you're talking about when I said something to Albert. I said the head thing you're talking about. That's what I said.
So the bike accident thing?
You already tried the bike accident?
No, the head thing talking to Albert.
Never mind. I'll just wait until you are ready to talk to me from beginning to the end. Because I already said that is completely irrelevant to anything that what you're talking about. Completely irrelevant. I told Albert something else that was just stories, just to be whatever to him. And it was wrong, and I already had apologized.
So the things that you told Albert were that he was peeling these burns. Was that happening?
I'm not going to answer any more questions because you're asking me about things telling Albert out of being upset. There was nothing happening that I was telling Albert. Nothing. I was literally just saying that to Albert because I was upset for him not standing by me and was figuring this out. This had nothing to do with me wanting to purposefully do whatever or tell you guys anything. That was not what it was.
But,
it was me being upset with Albert.
Let me go back to a kid missing is about as bad as it gets.
Oh, yeah.
I had a bank robbery 15 years ago to where a female went in the bank, she robbed the bank, she got the money, she came back to the car, and she drove away.
Mm-hmm.
She was prosecuted for that. There were guys in the car with guns.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but she could have gone into the bank, said, lock those doors, those guys are making me do this.
Right.
You know, yours is now, we have 30-some days of Gannon missing, and you haven't talked to one law enforcement officer to say, I know where he is and he's safe.
I never did not try to talk to you guys. I never did not. No one ever, when I felt like I was getting like completely like bombarded by El Paso, no one ever reached out to me from FBI to like have a conversation like you did. No one ever did.
And you don't feel comfortable talking to El Paso, why?
It's not that I don't feel comfortable talking to them. I just feel like from point A to point B, they have taken this approach. And like you made even a comment about something about Palm Lake and all this, about this.
Right.
Because that's the approach that they've taken, as if it's just a person who is not alive. And that bothers me because I don't want.
Well, we're actually we're the ones that told them that. And that's statistically true.
What? You statistically told them what?
From Gannon's age,
mm-hmm.
and from the amount of time that he's been missing, he is most likely dead.
But what I'm saying is, as a parent, is that maybe because you're like used to saying that or something, but is that something like as a parent you would want to hear?
No. But would you rather hear a lie? Would you rather hear statistically he's probably alive? When it's about I would say it's less than a 1% chance at this point.
But why?
Him being 11, they would have asked for something.
But why?
Kidnappings don't happen without a demand or
mm-hmm.
without it being a parental deal.
Parental deal or a demand.
Yeah.
So you're saying that nothing else, nobody intervenes ever. Ever.
I've seen one at a time. And again, I've worked violent crime in Denver for 20 years,
mm-hmm.
a little over. And I saw one kid wander down the street. He had autism.
Mm-hmm.
And this was up in Brighton. And a guy took him in the house. He had him for a day. The guy was mentally disabled as well. So we had two things happening at once. We had a kid
mm-hmm.
with autism who just started wandering. And then we had a developmentally delayed adult who was just playing video games with him for 24 hours.
Mm-hmm.
But we ended up, the public said, there.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember knocking on the door. He had made little blankets for the kid in there. The kid was playing video games and nothing bad had happened.
Right.
That's the exception. I've been to where kids have been dismembered. 10-year-olds.
That's awful.
And from the blood in the house, that's what I'm thinking
awesome.
happened. I'm not saying he just got dismembered in the house, but
mm-hmm.
there's enough blood in there
mm-mm.
that we don't think he survived.
Mm-mm. How could you have possibly say that when you clearly see Gannon walking, leaving on Monday? See, that's
no, leaving on Monday at 10. Yes.
Right.
Correct.
Right. Walking. Okay.
But he comes back.
Walking.
Correct.
Okay. Walking.
Not walking well.
Totally fine. Stomach hurts. Awkward like this. Yes. Okay.
Yeah, but he's back at 2.
Back at 2.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay. If that's what you say, then then this whole thing is even pointless to even say anything, because if you're saying back at 2, but then you're also saying something about going legs and here and there and whatever, and it's none of it is even making sense. It doesn't even make sense.
So between the two Petco trips is when he disappeared then?
It doesn't make sense to me
Letecia.
to say
So let me tell you, I've been working for 14 years with a guy named Scott Kimball. He's our informant that went around killing the girls. Do you remember me telling you about him before?
Oh, yeah.
When we first started.
Yeah.
Not our best day, because I have dads out there who still wonder if their daughters are alive. Scott taught me one thing very well. There's only two people that can tell a story when someone either goes missing. Because one of these girls, Jennifer, she's still missing. Like I said, we're pretty sure she's dead because it's been 14 years since anybody's seen her. But Scott told me, John, only two people can testify to what happened between me and Jennifer. And that's me, and that's Jennifer. And you're never going to find her.
He said that to you?
He did.
Wow.
So I've got to answer to his dad for the rest of my life. And I'll probably be answering to his dad after I retire, because Dad has my cell phone. Dad calls me on her birthday, on the day she went missing, on Father's Day.
How was he able to say that to you?
Because he's like, there's no other witnesses. So when I take a guess, and that's a guess that he came back home, that's because people that looked on the video said he probably did, or, I don't have the information you have. And I hear you do that to Al by saying, oh, so that's what you think. Well, none of us know. You know.
Because I have to be that way. If I don't be that way, then no one's going to help me. I didn't hurt Gannon. Okay, I didn't.
That's fine, but right now you're the only one that was with him.
But I didn't hurt Gannon.
But how are you going to get past these charges without help? How does that work?
Without help?
Without you telling me. Like, again, it'd be like I told you the story about Jennifer. If somebody knew where Jennifer was, and they're not telling me or Bob Markham, the dad.
I didn't say I knew where Gannon was.
You said you know he's okay.
No, I said as a parent, I'm never going to sit here and look at you and say, he's not okay. That's not what I'm going to do, because I didn't do this. So why would I look at you and say that? Like, I'm dead looking at you in the eye saying, I would never as a parent say that. No way could I ever say that. Because I love Gannon. I did not hurt Gannon. Okay.
I told you where most of these happen. They happen in the house with parents who love their kids.
I get what you're saying, okay? I understand. I appreciate what you're saying. I appreciate all the work and time and dedication you put into all of these things to have this statistic. But I am not the one.
But then if you're not the one, you're going, so do you know what happens from here?
What?
You go to a local holding cell.
Okay.
They hold you for 24 hours, up to 2 weeks, until you get extradited back to Colorado.
Okay.
You're in jail, Letecia. And unless you tell me that somebody else did this, you're the only one that did it.
No, I didn't do it.
But I'm telling you.
But I didn't.
But that's what would be horrible, is if someone else did this, and you're going to let them skate because you're scared?
I'm not letting someone skate.
What could you possibly be scared of at this point?
I'm not letting. Do you think I would sit here and let someone skate if I could take you directly to the person right now? Why do you think I would need resources?
You don't need resources. Right now, what you need is that if someone took my son, and I know who it is, am I going to go to jail for the rest of my life because someone else took my son?
No, absolutely not.
No. And would I be afraid of my own protection going to jail when I could be free and that person could go to jail? That doesn't make any sense.
There. Even if I walked you to the person, she just sit there and said, oh, I can't make any promises.
You can't make promises, but which is better? To go to jail for the rest of your life and hope that we find the person, or to point us to a person? If I'm in your position, it makes no sense.
Right.
What could you be scared of at this point? Reprisals?
No. The fact that you don't have, apparently you would have found some of this already if you would have had the resources. That's what scares me.
Found some of what?
Anything that would have led you to think whatever.
No, that doesn't make sense. Again.
Sir, it does. Or what did you say name? James? John?
John. Starts with a J. That's fine. Sorry. I'm not offended. Letecia, your story makes no sense. And what it goes back to now is that you can't take responsibility for what happened to Gannon.
I didn't do anything to Gannon, sir.
You can't insert someone else in here unless you're going to tell me who it is.
Okay, I didn't do anything to Gannon, sir.
That's fine. But then you would tell me who it is if
I
it's
didn't
someone
do
else.
anything to Gannon, sir.
Did he do it to himself?
Okay. I didn't do anything to
I'm
Gannon.
not asking you if you did.
I
I'm
didn't do
asking
anything to Gannon.
did Gannon do it to himself?
Do what to himself?
The head injury, the neck injury, whatever that was that caused that pool of blood down by the bottom of its bed. You know that the sheets and all that stuff, the blood seeps down in.
And what now?
The blood seeps down
In
that through that
sheets?
corner,
Sheets?
through the sheets into the mattress.
I have no idea what you're even talking about.
You cleaned it up off the wall.
So wait.
There's. Do you know where the head of his bed was?
I don't know anything about blood and sheets, okay? I did not take any sheets and clean up.
You told Al on the phone you cleaned up the wall. Okay. Okay, Letecia, for your request, I'm just going to leave that recorder in there, and we're going to a room that doesn't record. Are you sure you don't need to go to the restroom?
I'm good.
I'm being most inclusive. That makes some notes. Do you need anything to eat?
Mm-hmm.
Take your water with you just in case, please.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Straight?
Does she want some water or anything?
Does she want something to eat?
Where's the bathroom?
Bathroom's over here. All right. So for this, look at the district attorneys and stuff. For this protection thing with Angel, we have to know last name, all that stuff, how you met her. I mean, I know you say that app and whatever, but how else do we identify Angel?
I mean, I probably could just reach out, like, using Snapchat and stuff like that.
Can you describe her?
Yeah.
What does she look like?
So she actually kind of looks a lot like me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, almost like, you know, I think she's definitely Hispanic.
So where all have you met her?
She came to our house. I'm not sure.
When did she come to your house? Were you saying September?
Somewhere around September. I'm not sure whatever that she babysat for us.
And then who all did she babysit?
For everyone.
Uh-huh.
Like, both kids.
Okay.
We had a bunch of babies. We had people who would be like a babysitter in the neighborhood, and some friends came over, and there was another friend that came over for Thanksgiving. And that helped babysit. So we had quite a few people that would help here and there. And then there was the main babysitter. And she was.
So these messages that are coming through to your phone, the, threats or whatever are they coming from her?
So if we can get on the VPN network or something like that, we can reach out to Snapchat. Alright, the last Snapchat name that I have for this.
What is her Snapchat name?
I would need to have my phone.
Or do you remember? Did it have her name in it? Was it numbers?
Or just, that's why I asked for help, but he's not really out, so. He's not.
So, to take you back what we talked about, that
I don't, sir. If I'm not going to get any help, then I'll just have to get help. Otherwise, I trusted you to talk to you.
well, we went in there,
I know.
and I don't know, Letecia, if it's just the way you're used to communicating
Right.
over a long period of time, but
Yeah.
when you're asked a question, you don't really answer. You kind of go in a little circle. So if I said like, where did you last see Gannon? And then you said, well, it's supposed to drop off,
Yeah.
So we're just used to asking you a question and then you tell us an answer. It's just,
I just don't. I've always said talk and whatever, just because how I talk.
So that's just how you've always done for like the last 5-10 years.
I mean, most of the time, it's nothing personal. I knew nobody was going to help me, so it was
It's gonna look bad.
No, I'm not. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about it's going to look like I was doing these bad things with people.
It's not even gonna look like that.
Yeah.
Here's what it's going to look like: is that you were the last one with Gannon. Nothing on this angel thing we can't authenticate any of that. When you say it's all off camera, like with the black Impala in the parking lot, we have cameras for that whole place, and we don't see you meet with anybody.
Well, can you show me that so that I can show you what direction?
But you would know where it is. Where did you
said
meet?
what direction? Because I'm not from Colorado, so I can show you on the camera or the video that you're talking about. What direction? Like where it would be at, then maybe you could pull if you wanted to pull a camera off another place. I mean, because there's lots of places you could have pulled a camera off of. That's all I'm asking for. I mean,
Well,
that's offering help.
Yeah, it's help, but Gannon goes into this car. I mean, this is a person that you trust.
I do.
Right?
That's the thing. Why am I supposed to do that?
So then why would you go home and say that he's here, that he's now gone away, that you're leading?
I never said he was here now.
Well, but he was at the house. Yeah, but do you see where I'm going? Why would you make up that story to law enforcement?
What story?
That he was going to a friend's house.
Because if her nephew was a friend. I mean, I don't understand how that's a problem.
Angel's nephew was a friend. Oh, that's right, that they had played together. But did she live in your area?
Yeah.
Where did she live?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, again, I'm constantly, stuff will come through, and it will be people sending stuff, saying stuff.
But the people, are they different people from Angel? I mean, are they acting on her behalf? Because that doesn't sound like a friend to me.
Obviously, if they're not helping with your child, they're not friends. But how do you think that makes them look? Trusting people. You see, doesn't it make them look like they're irresponsible? Not trusting people, trusting someone.
Do you know who tells the story from here on out? Your story?
I asked for help.
What do you know who tells the story? How this works out from here?
To could have taken you to do a lot of things. You could watch me on my phone do a lot of things.
There is an Angel. Well, just like we found Quincy Brown, by the way, we can find Angel. But if there's not an Angel, that's the last story you're going to tell law enforcement about Gannon.
Sure.
Well, but I mean, we'll get your warrants for that threes thing, whatever else. We'll go interview this Angel, and if it's like what I think Quincy Brown is,
okay,
then Angel's just
going
to be. I will help you.
Okay. Well, I tried to get your help. When I gave you the raw information, I tried to get help, but you wouldn't help me.
But I think I can help you. How is that?
I hope we find him. That's all. Leaving.
But-
Did just like they did.
I'm happy to chase down anything you tell
You
me to,
did just like they did.
Letecia, and I can. Is that I think that Al left you alone because he's gone to Alaska for so long, and then he's on this trip, and you're left raising Gannon, and something bad happens. I don't know if it's your fault or Gannon's, it doesn't really matter. And you panic, and you ask, was I the person talking for Al? Yes, I was. But I think the closest you came was talking about his head injury. And then, because you asked Al,
I would have, like,
no, if someone took your son, you would have called.
I did call.
You did not call the police.
Yes, I did. I called the police.
Petco, right when he was taken.
No, that's not taken. He was supposed to be playing. Like, as soon as he wasn't home, I did.
But you were supposed to meet her, what, the next morning?
No, I called immediately when at 6 o'clock at the time he was supposed to be home. I called the police. I did.
And then what did you tell them?
You already know what I told them.
Yeah, but that doesn't make any sense.
Why doesn't? Yes.
Because I told you, I have talked to a lot of people that are sitting in the same chair you are right now. And I've seen them, and I'm sorry if it offends you if I say story, but that's the only way you're coping with this right now.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
We all cope.
Okay. Sure. I
We
didn't
do.
hurt him. Okay.
I'm not saying you did. I'm just saying that you're unwilling to come to the truth
Okay. Well,
because it's going to be painful.
I gave you the truth. I didn't hurt him. That's the truth.
So the last truth you want to tell me,
I'm
just
not
to
going
make
to say
sure,
anything else, sir.
is the angel story.
I'm not going to say anything else, sir, because you didn't help me.
I will help you if you will tell me one concrete way to find Gannon.
Okay.
Letecia,
You're not trying to help me, sir.
yes I am.
Yeah. You're not trying to help me.
You can be a hero here.
I'm-
You can,
I'm far from a hero
but you can
because
be
I'm a
one.
parent.
You're a
who
parent
did
who
not
was,
hurt a child.
you're a parent who was left behind to deal with a stepson.
No, it wasn't.
stepkid.
It wasn't a problem.
No,
You
it's
think
a
I-
problem when something like this happens in the
That's not
house.
it was not a problem to take care of our children.
Then what happened?
That's not a problem. That's not a problem at all. Like, for you to say that to someone, it's hurtful. That's what's hurtful. It's not a problem to take care of children.
It's not a problem to take care of children, but bad things happen in the house all the time.
And how? No.
Yes.
No, sir. I mean, John, no. No.
Do you want me to walk through where all the blood was, or do you know it already?
Listen, sir, I don't.
Do you-
I know for a fact that I did not hurt him.
How was the bottom of your shoe have
And
Gannon's
as
blood on
long
it?
as I can live with that and know that God knows I did not hurt Gannon, then I'm okay with that.
Well, you can convince yourself of that all day.
Okay,
But
sir, that's not helping me, sir.
is there a way for me to help you? Even
Okay.
if you're trying to convince yourself it didn't happen,
Okay.
is there some way for you to say through a third party?
Sure, whatever you say, sir. I mean, I don't know what else to tell you, but I did not hurt him. Did not.
Then you won't tell me who did.
Would not.
All that blood would not be in the house if Angel just
I would-
met him at a Petco.
Not you like that's far beyond what you're even talking about.
What is far beyond?
There's like many of times we've had blood in our house.
Do you remember the spray that was on the wall?
I mean, goodness gracious.
I've seen the markers from the spray. The spray went from the bed all the way up here. Well, you had to clean it up.
Smear?
No, it's not a smear.
All right, whatever, sir.
It's a spray.
All right, sir. I don't know what you're talking about. Spray. I don't know what that means.
It's called spatter.
I don't know anything about that.
Well,
Okay.
it comes from aspirated. You're going to hear all this anyway, so I'll tell
Okay,
you.
sir, that's
It comes
fine.
from aspirated blood.
Okay.
Do you know what that means?
Nope.
It means that he didn't accidentally do it.
Okay. Okay. Whatever, sir.
So that's what we were waiting on for the
Okay.
warrants, because somebody struck Gannon in the bed.
No. If
No?
someone struck Gannon in the bed,
That's
thank
what happened.
God we were all drugged then. If that's what you're saying happened.
That's what the blood
God,
says.
we were all drugged.
Well, then can you tell me how that blood got on the wall?
Sir.
That's Gannon's blood on the wall.
Okay, well, I guess, sir, if you think you have all the answers, then
You're making me guess.
I'm not.
You've got the answers.
I'm not
to
making
these
you guess, sir. I'm going to be respectful to you because
Letecia,
you offered to help me. You didn't help me, so I'm just going to sit here.
it doesn't work like it does on TV. Have you ever watched Criminal Minds or
I don't
Profilers?
watch any of that stuff because I don't do bad things to people.
Good people watch those shows.
I don't do any of that. I don't do bad things to people.
All I was going to say is it's not like on TV. If someone presents us with evidence, then we just follow the evidence.
Okay.
Right now, you're the last person with Gannon.
Then I don't do bad things to people. I don't.
I don't think you do bad things to people.
I don't do bad things to anyone, and I didn't do anything bad to Gannon.
I think something bad happened to Gannon. And I don't know of a way to get you to tell me about it.
Okay.
I tried through Al to get you to tell me about it. We've tried here.
Okay.
You came, and I think you have a defense mechanism. And I think your defense mechanism was, you need to go into another room, you tell us.
No, that was not no defense mechanism. I trusted you to talk to you because I thought you would
If you
help.
trusted me to talk to me, you would tell me where Gannon is right now.
I don't know where Gannon is.
You do. You know where he last was, and it wasn't at the
Okay.
Petco.
Okay, then. Whatever
See, you can't make me guess. That's not
I'm
fair to me.
Why would I keep
not fair to
talking
Gannon.
if you're not going to help me?
You tell me how to help you.
I already did. I already did tell you. I told you how you could help. And
Nobody holds a kid like that.
okay, if that's what you think.
No, I'm just saying,
Okay.
if the
Sure.
sun comes up in the morning, it goes down at night every
Okay.
day. We have
Sure.
worked hundreds of these
If
things.
that's what you think. Okay. Me talking to you is not going to do anything else because all you're going to do is go think that you're going to get me to say something that I did that I didn't do
That is not what I want.
because I did not do anything to Gannon. Why would I hurt our child? I had everything in the world. Why? I have no motive. None. Don't have the first motive. Everything I wanted in my life, I had it. Why? Doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't make sense a lot of the time what happens inside of a house.
And sir, I don't even know what you're talking about. All I can tell you is I do not hurt Gannon. No reason to. In fact, to go on the record, I had a way better relationship with Gannon than I did with Lana. Way better. Because we were so much alike. We always like the same things. We always have problems with our stomach. We always do all these things.
Do you know that there's almost a correlation sometimes between how much you get along with someone and how bad things happen in the house? I'm telling you that, Tisha.
I don't. Well, maybe bad things happen in your house.
They happen in the house a lot more than they do out in
then
public.
Maybe bad things happen in your house. But
Would it help if we showed you pictures of what we saw on the wall and by the bed?
Sure.
When you say nothing bad happened, you can't get around. Yes, Al, we did not show Al that on purpose. He had to come get stuff out of the house. Mm-hmm. And he looked and saw the blood pool was about this big on the concrete.
Okay. And
that is not from a little gash like that.
Okay, and then what? And then you showed this to him, or how did he see this?
He had to come get stuff out of the house. I wasn't even there that day.
After you allowed people to stay in this house for a week.
I did not allow anybody to do anything.
Someone did.
Okay, well, it's not my fault.
Okay. So
what I'm saying, though, is the wounds that you're describing to him, even when you're saying it doesn't...
Sir, I'm going to tell you now.
When you say the head thing was Saturday...
What I'm going to tell you now is people were inside of a home living, and it was not me. So maybe you can talk to whoever allowed people to live in the home. Okay, for whatever.
Thanks for watching part 3 of this FBI series. In the final episode, we'll finish the interview and examine how it all concludes. If you've been following this series, make sure you're subscribed and have notifications turned on so you don't miss the final part.
Thank you for watching, commenting, sharing, and helping these conversations reach more people. And to my paid members, whose names are appearing on the screen now, thank you for directly supporting the work that goes into obtaining records, organizing these lengthy interviews, and creating these deep dives. Your support means more than you know, and I truly appreciate every one of you. As you all know, FOIA requests a lot of times are not free. So all the support I get, I truly appreciate.